Hey guys, Stacey here with a review. I was going to say quick review, but I don't know if it's going to be quick. But this is for my Real Technique brushes. As you guys can probably tell from the title, I've had these brushes for forever now, probably for about 8 or 9 months. But I just love them so much, so I really had to come and tell you guys about them. I've been getting a lot of questions about these brushes from just like friends and family members and a lot of different people, so I thought I would just come and share how I love the brushes on my channel. Now, I believe I've talked about these brushes a million, gazillion, trillion times, how much I love Real Technique brushes. They're just amazing quality and they're so affordable. If you guys have been watching my videos lately, you know that I am all about affordability, okay? I'm 6 months pregnant and that is what I need in my life. I need budget items that are quality items that I can still live off after I buy them. Can't afford to buy MAC brushes right now. Well, I could, but I mean, $40 could go towards the diapers or something like that, that I don't have to spend on one brush. I mean, honestly, you can get like 2 or 3 sets for $40 with Real Techniques. So the brushes are just absolutely amazing, and I don't want to talk too much during this intro because I'm going to go one by one over each of these brushes and tell you guys just how I use them and a little bit about the brushes and everything. Since I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over, I'm going to tell you now about the quality of the brushes because they're all the same quality to me, which is amazing. They are so freaking soft. I mean, these brushes are just, oh, they're so soft. They're so easy to clean and they're great quality. I mean, honestly, this is how the brushes are made, and the ferrules are at the bottom. So when you wash the brushes, if water gets into them, it can't really loosen up the ferrule because it's all the way at the bottom here. So I thought that was a great way to package these brushes here. There's a good variety of brushes. They have a variety of face brushes, a variety of eye brushes, and also they even have introduced some duo fiber brushes into the mix. So I don't have those, which I wish I did. I think I'm going to buy some soon, but I'm just in love with Real Techniques. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the review. I'm going to start with face brushes since I have the most of those. And the first face brush that I want to show you is the powder brush. And this is just a very densely packed, very big powder brush. As you can see, in comparison to my hand, the brush is really big and it really does buff on the powder just absolutely amazingly. And I know I keep saying amazing, sorry, but it really does buff the powder into my skin just the way I like it. It puts on just enough product and you can honestly do like 2 or 3 sweeps and you're done with the powder. This brush I love to use. I pretty much use this all the time when it comes to powder. The next face brush that I have to show you is the blush brush. Now, don't mind it. It is a little dirty. I did just use it for this look. But the blush brush it just has the pink handle here and it's tapered at the top. You have to make sure when you wash it, you give it a little shape up when you wash it so it can keep its shape. But it's tapered at the top. And it makes blush so easy because you can have so much control since it is tapered and you can just apply it where you want. Like I just pick up the product, shake out the excess, and then I can go ahead and buff it into my skin. And again, these brushes are super soft and there's zero shedding. I really have not had a shedding problem with these brushes. So it makes applying makeup so easy and it just makes the blending so smooth. The next 2 face brushes I'm going to show you together, and that is because I love them both, but to me they do this, well, for me they do the same job, and that is the Expert Face Brush, which is this one here. And as you can see, it's a little thinner and wider like that. And then I have the buffing brush, and that's just, it's like a circle the same size all over, a very densely packed brush. Now for me, both of these brushes work amazing for liquid foundation, and that is what I choose to use them for. However, with this Expert Face Brush, since it is a little more narrow, if you could see them together, it's a little more narrow, so I think this would also be good to get into that contour line really well and have a really defined contour. Now again, I have not used it for contour, but I think it would really work in the hollows of your cheeks and in those areas like that where you really need to get a precise contour. So I would definitely try this for that, and I'm gonna see how it works. But for right now, again, I use it for liquid foundation. They both buff in the product so well. I mean, it just blends the liquid foundation right into your skin, and you look like you're wearing a second skin. I honestly think the tools that you used are just as important as the product that you put on your face. So using these brushes have really honestly changed my foundation routine, and I just love how it buffs it into my skin. The next brush I'm going to show you by Real Techniques is the contour brush. And that's just a little small domed brush, and this brush I do use specifically for contour, and I go ahead and buff out the product in the hollows of my cheeks, underneath my chin, you know, my jawline and everything. And this brush just is so precise because it's so small. The head is so small, so it's just really precise and gets into those areas that I really wanted to get into. Now again, when you're washing it, you want to make sure that you're shaping the brush up, or else it can get a little wild and lose its shape, and that way you'll lose your precision if you're not careful. So make sure you're shaping this brush up when you're washing. Just make sure it's going back into its original shape. But yeah, this brush is amazing. Again, great control for contour and really places the product where you want it to go. I also have a pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques, and this is a really small brush. I couldn't see myself using this, if you can see it in comparison to my face. I couldn't see myself using this all over my face for foundation. I feel like it would take forever, but it makes a wonderful brush for applying my under eye cream concealer. Like if I'm using my Erase Paste by Benefit, I can dip this into the pot and then go ahead and pat it underneath my eyes and then blend it in with my beauty blender, and it works perfectly for that. I love this for that reason. I would also another thing I would do with this is also another precise contour. This would be great for that. Like if you do maybe a liquid contour and then put powder over it, I think this will be great for that liquid contour to get you just a really precise line. The last face brush that I have is one that I recently purchased, and this is the Real Techniques setting brush. Now I have been wanting to get my hands on this for far too long, and finally I just broke down and went ahead and bought it. And this is, if you can see it in comparison to my face again, this is a very small brush, but I love to use it to actually dip it into my Ben Nye banana powder and pat the powder underneath my eyes like this. It works so well for that, and it really gets the powder in there without it looking cakey. Another thing you can do with this is use it for highlight. I think this is perfect for highlight because it picks up the right amount of product, and you can really just use it to get that highlight onto your skin and give you that nice glowy look. So all these brushes have honestly multiple uses. Alright, so moving on to the eyes. I have several eye brushes by Real Techniques, and I'm going to pull these in no particular order. The first one is going to be the Pixel Point eyeliner brush. Very small, if you can see that, and it comes to a point at the top. I do not really like this brush for eyeliner. I just feel like it's not stiff enough. Like if I'm trying to use some gel eyeliner and put it on, it's just not stiff enough, and it doesn't give me the control that I like. I am not that great at putting on gel eyeliner, or any type of eyeliner for that matter, so I need something that's really stiff and really precise and just is like goof proof, and this to me is not. But what you can use it for is some really good detailing on your eyes. Like with your eyeshadow, you can get some good detailing on your lid, but I can't use this for liner. Another thing that you can use this for is to actually contour your nose, and I've used it several times to contour my nose, and I've loved the results. I just contour my nose and then buff the product in with a bigger brush. I've loved the results. So that's another option for this brush. The next brush is one for your brows, and it's actually called a brow brush. And as you can see, it is just an angled brush, and it works great for filling in your brows. I use my powder on top of my pencil, and I use this to really get that powder in there and get it where I want it. Sometimes I feel like this brush is just a little big for my brows, if you can see that, but I still use it a lot. I like the way it places the product onto my brows. So I do still love it, but sometimes I feel like it's just a bit big and I could really use something smaller. So I may go searching for something smaller, but for right now this works great. Next is the accent brush. Another really small detailer brush that you can really, if you're trying to get really detailed with your eyes, this will work really well. This will also work well again to contour your nose, but I believe it's technically an eye brush, but you guys know you can use brushes for whatever you choose. Whatever use works best for you. Next is a shader brush. And this is really just a standard shading brush, and it does a great job at picking up product and really packing it onto your lid. That is what I usually use this for, and I love it for that. Again, I can just pack color onto my lid and it gets it really in there, really pigmented, and you don't waste too much product with this. Like, I feel like some brushes, they don't aid with the fallout. Like if you have a shadow that has a lot of fallout, some brushes I just feel like don't aid in helping keep the product on the brush. They just make it worse. But this one does not, and I feel like I can really get in there no matter what shadow I'm using. This brush really helps get it on there, onto my eyes. The next brush is the detailer brush. And this is a very small brush again, and it is exactly like the pointed foundation brush that I showed you earlier, just smaller. But this one is specifically for your eyes, and again, it's used to do detailed work on the eyes, contour the nose, or whatever you want to use it for. I don't use this one too often because usually I'm not doing anything really detailed with my eyes, but if you're a makeup artist or someone who really likes to get creative with the eyes, I think this brush will be perfect for you. Alright, last two brushes. The first one is the base shadow brush. And that's how that looks. It's a nice fluffy brush. I love to use this for the crease. Absolutely love to blend in my crease with this brush. It's so soft, so gentle on my eyes, and I can really get in there and blend the color out. It blends so well. This is called a shader brush, so I'm assuming you can also use it to pack color on your lid, but I use it mostly for the crease and also when I'm putting my deep color in the outer V. This brush is just small enough as to where it'll get right in there precisely where I need it to go. My very last Real Technique brush is this Deluxe crease brush. This is my last one, but I think this is really my favorite eye brush. Again, so soft. And this crease brush works great for putting on my transition color. I love to use this because it gets in there and it really softens out any harsh lines, and my transition color goes on perfectly. It's a bit big in my opinion if you want to like get that outer V area, so I probably wouldn't use this to actually put color in the crease just because it's a little big for my eyes, but again, it works perfectly to get my transition color in there and really soften up any harsh lines that may be still on my eyes from doing my makeup. Okay, so those are all the Real Technique brushes that I own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. Go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Real Technique brushes. Do you have them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know what you think. I honestly love them and don't really have anything bad to say about them. So if you feel differently or the same, let me know down below. Also, if you want to see a full tutorial using only Real Technique brushes, I'm so down for doing that. I might just do it anyway. But if you want to see that, leave me a comment and thumbs up this video, and we can definitely get that going for you. But I think that's it. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And again, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.